The thing that you have to keep in mind when you're looking at a contract, no matter what type of contract it is, especially in the comic book industry, is how it balances the rights, revenue, responsibility, and recovery in relation to you and the comic book you're talking about. Now, when I thought up this kind of shorthand understanding, I made everything start with R. That way, you can remember it. And more importantly, I can remember it because I tend to forget things. So I'm going to go through each one of these elements and then look at how they relate to each other in determining whether or not your contract is good or bad. The rights are talking about the intellectual property associated with the comic. Every comic has characters, has a story, and by definition, has intellectual property embedded in it from the time that it is conceived. Now, in most cases, we're talking about copyrights. In many cases, we're also talking about trademarks. And the contract will actually lay out who owns and controls the rights to that comic. So, for example, if you're doing a freelance contract and you're the writer, you're the freelance writer, you, or 99% of the time, are not going to have any rights to that story because you're writing that story for someone else in exchange for revenue, which is the second part of this four-part analysis. Revenue is how are you getting paid, when are you getting paid, and what are you getting paid in exchange for whatever's going on with the rights. So in this example, if you're a freelance writer and you're getting, let's say, $200 per page, well, you know that in exchange for the rights, you're getting a certain amount of revenue. You may also get other types of revenue, whether it's royalties, whether it's the ability to buy copies at discount, whether it's other types of fees associated with the writing. That's going to be your revenue.